Hey guys, and welcome back to Irish Ham Radio, or welcome to Irish Ham Radio if it is your first time here. In this video I'm doing an early morning, well early for me, activation attempt of Scraigs Mountain, County Donegal, Ireland, and this will hopefully be the first time this hill has ever been activated before. So this is a summit I've never been on before. I looked on mountainviews.ie to find out where it's best to park. There was two different options on there, and I decided to go with the option at this water tower down here. So just going to start the climb here now, and we'll see what it's like. I checked out the other option, which was a bit further south, but to be honest it was quite more, well, not residential, it's very rural out here, but the parking spot was close to a house, and I think that's a better option hopefully, and the climb doesn't look much different difficulty wise. So I've taken an extra antenna with me. It's a JPC PAC-12. It's a vertical sort of a screw together job. I'm going to try it on 20 meters today, and then I also have my normal setup and a good little bit of water today as well, because it could get hot quite early. So yeah, anyway, let's continue with the climb and we'll see how it goes. Try to get up, get activated, 2 meters 40 and 20, and hopefully get back down. It's about an hour and a bit drive from home, and I really want to get back sort of mid-morning to still have the day at home with the folks. I'll admit I'm feeling the extra weight in this backpack, but it's good training for me. But yeah, I'm gonna weigh this rucksack when I get down, when I get home. I'll put the weight in here. I've essentially headed due east from the parking point. I'll drop the OS coordinates and the Google Maps coordinates of the parking point in the description of the video. You come up to this fence. It's like a three-way junction of a fence. Heads that way, basically north, that way south, and that way east. So my plan is just to follow this fence line east. Should be pretty much going towards the summit, as long as this don't start going downhill again. It is very clear, so I'm not too worried. Visibility is going to be good. Right, let's hop this fence. Nearing the summit now. Oh, here we go, folks. Coming to the summit, coming to the summit. Alright guys, so even though I'd love to spend a lot of time up here, I am up here early in the morning on purpose, not because I like getting up early, although it is beautiful, but because I want to try to get back and still spend a good part of the Saturday at home. So let's get set up. I'm going to first throw up a spot and activate, or attempt to activate on 2 meters, and then we'll stick up the vertical and try 20 meters. So let's get on 2 first. Alright, so if a spot up on 2 meters, it's time to start call and see if we can make some contacts on 2. CQ, CQ, CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA, Echo India 5, India Mike Bravo Portable, Echo India 5, India Mike Bravo Portable, CQ SOTA.
Echo India 4 Hotel November Bravo returning. Thanks Dave, yeah, just turn on the wireless there. Yeah, you're strong, 5-9 on the side over as well.
QRZ, Echo India 5, India Mike Bravo Portable, SOTA.
Golf India 0, Alpha Zulu Bravo. QSL, I got a 5 and 5, 55. QSL?
Negative 5-9-9er, over.
Wow, 5-9er, QSL David. Golf India 4, Oscar November Lima.
QRZ, anyone on this frequency? EI5 IMB stroke portable on SOTA.
Golf India 0 Alpha Zulu Alpha.
Golf India 0 Alpha Zulu Alpha. How you doing, Esther? How's things? You're same as Ian there, 5-9. You're totally clear to me, fully clear to me, over. Just putting together this JPC PAC-12 antenna here. Screws together. First couple of times, first time I used this, I didn't do it right. I put this coil at the bottom. This coil actually goes here, and then the whip goes on top of that, which I didn't realize. I messed up. So it's kind of, you know, I have to say I'm impressed with it, the way it goes together. I'm going to do some weight comparisons to see, is this much heavier when I add up the weight of all the components I need for the other antenna? Is this actually much, is it any heavier really when you include the fiberglass pole and everything else? Because when you lift this initially you think, oh geez, that's fairly heavy, you know. But when you add up all the bits that you need for the link dipole, the dipole itself, you know, you need 3 tent pegs. You need the 7 meter or 8 meter or whatever fiberglass pole you use. You know, you need all of that, so you know, it'll be interesting to see. So there's a counterpoise here that just kind of goes in like a spade into the circular spade into the bottom. All I'm going to do is stick that into the ground there, like that. There you go. And just double check that it's still set on the, oh, we need to go to the 20 meter coil setting here with this. It's fairly vertical, as best I can see. Well, I take this out of the way. We'll spread out the counterpoises a bit. There we go. Hook on the coax, and the antenna itself is ready to go. Let's get my radio, turn it on, find the frequency, stick a spot up, and start activating. Is this frequency in use? Echo India 5 India Mike Bravo stroke portable. Okay guys, I got a spot up, I got a frequency 14.282. Let's start calling. CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA, Echo India 5 India Mike Bravo stroke portable, Echo India 5 India Mike Bravo stroke portable, CQ SOTA.
Foxtrot 4, Whiskey Bravo November, Quebec Sugar Papa 1, Juliet, Quebec Juliet, Papa Bravo 1 Hotel Foxtrot. Okay, QSL, could you please give me some info also for the cluster and also for the logbook, QSL?
Yeah, QSL. The name of the summit is called Scraigs, Sierra Charlie Romeo Alpha India Golf Sierra Scraigs. It's in County Donegal in Ireland, in the northwest of Republic of Ireland. And as I said, yeah, it's a I think it's a 4-pointer. And yeah, it's never been activated before, so I thought I'd come up here this morning and see if I could give it an activation. Over.
Italy kilowatt 1, Germany, Papa, Germany. Sierra Papa 7, Mike Alpha Zulu. Delta Lima 3, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Italy uniform 5, Golf, Bravo, Papa. India Whiskey 0, Charlie, Golf, Tango. Alpha 3, Echo Victor Lima. Sierra Queen 0, Hotel Delta, my name is Derek. Sierra Mike 3, Golf, Bravo, Alpha.
Summit to summit, summit to summit, go ahead. Okay, yeah, Delta Lima stroke, Hotel Bravo 9, Charlie Yankee Victor stroke portable, QSL. Yeah, QSL on the summit. So that was Delta Mike Bravo Whiskey 235. Alright, so I've got a frequency on 40 meters. I'm going to do a very, very short activation on this 40 meters, or try anyway, and we'll see how we get on. CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA, CQ SOTA, Echo India 5, India Mike Bravo stroke portable, Echo India 5, India Mike Bravo stroke portable, CQ SOTA.
Foxtrot 4, Echo Lima Juliet.
Okay, well, one more call. I have to leave the summit now, unfortunately. EI5 IMB stroke portable, QRZ.
Alpha 0, Germany 0, Romeo, Quebec Lima. 5 by 7, 57. Name is Dom, Delta Oscar November. Location's the county of Devon. 7-3, have a good day, have a good Saturday, and stay safe. Bye-bye.
Yeah, QSL, thanks very much for the contact from Devon there. You're very loud coming in here to Scraigs. This is a new summit as well, never activated before, so it'll be a new one for you. But thanks very much for the chase, much appreciated. 73s. Alright guys, so on the descent, activation completed. A few on 2 meters, good few on 20 meters, and just a few on 40 as well, but I ran out of time there at the end, and I really got to get back and down. So just a thing on the mountaineer and hiking side about this particular hill, this particular summit, if you do decide to come up here. If the visibility is good, no problem at all, because you'll just keep going up over each hump and you'll be able to see the main summit. But if you look down here, it's hard to maybe tell in the camera, but see how the way this goes up and down, and even up here again. A lot of false summits. So yeah, like if you were here in low visibility now, fog, mist, whatever, even though it's not a big mountain and it's not a big trek, you'd want to be watching your steps and your distance to make sure that you would easily mistake one of the false summits as the summit, because you wouldn't be able to see any further. You get to the top of it and it looks like you're on the highest point. Now of course, unless you know what the summit looks like with the cairn and the stick on it, so I suppose that's one thing to watch out for, is the stone cairn is the actual, well, from what I can see, there's only a stone cairn on the actual summit. So yeah, just a little thing to watch out for, that's all I'm saying. Just be careful of it on this particular hill in bad visibility. You'd nearly want the GPS, to be honest. Don't think you could go miles wrong, because there's a hill down here, so when you start going downhill seriously you'd notice it. But the only dangerous thing is on the north side there's actually cliffs. So yeah, just be careful, that's all. Just as I'm heading down here on the antenna, so if you watch my videos you'd know I usually use a linked dipole for 20 meters and 40 meters, and I erect that with a fiberglass pole. I do have that with me as well, and I use the JPC PAC-12 for both 20 and 40 meters today. I would say, to be honest, now it's only once, I seem to get, it could be the conditions, like it's hard to tell, but there seem to be signal levels a little less with the JPC, with the vertical, to be honest. I didn't pick up any DX, but that's due to a number of things, the time of the day, just because who's actually up and awake in some of the DX countries, and obviously the conditions. So first impressions would be that the vertical just might not have the same ability as the linked dipole, but I'd have to do more tests, to be honest, to be totally conclusive about that, in fairness. But still, really good, don't get me wrong. Really good, and I have used it on a few other occasions, both mounted to the vehicle, so I didn't even need the counterpoise, and on another short activation I did of scalp mounting. So I actually like it. I think, to be honest with you, I would seriously consider buying one of them as possibly my portable antenna, but probably more likely as a static mobile antenna for the camper van. And just all I'd have to do is very quickly set it up, strap the ground stake onto the stainless steel roof rack, and you don't need a counterpoise or anything. Then you have a great grind, well, as good as you can get on a vertical like that. And yeah, it seemed to work really good for the short time I tried it. So that's my that's what I'm thinking at the minute. But I'll probably get this JPC out on another spin if the man who lent it to me, Jason, doesn't need it back, just to give it a fair try out, maybe on one more activation. Yeah, so that's what I think about the JPC vertical. So that's me down, guys, on the roadway, just about 200 meters from the vehicle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump straight in the Jeep and head home because I'm running a little bit late, and I'll give you a summary of the activation and my experiences back in the shack. So here we are, guys, back in the shack, and it's actually a few days later, and here's the summary of the activation of Scraigs Mountain, Echo India, India November 044. Well, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, and as you now know, it was a successful activation, first ever activation of this actual summit, so I'm well chuffed about that. That's the second first activation of a summit that I've ever done, so I'd like to try to see if I can find a few more of them. They're quite fun, and it's nice to be the first person ever to activate a summit. I had a total of 26 QSOs altogether. I had 4 on 2 meters, I think it was 19 on 20 meters, and I just had 3 on 40 meters at the end. And the 3 on 40 meters isn't a reflection of anything wrong with the setup or the antenna. I just literally ran out of time and only realized it kind of after I'd started on 40. I realized what time it was and realized I had to get back down. So yeah, so that's the story with that. But love the activation, and thanks to all the chasers. In regards to the antenna, as you heard me say on the way down the hill there, I'm impressed with it, definitely. The JPC PAC-12 is the antenna. I think I am actually going to purchase one of those again, as I said, on the walk down the hill. I'm fairly sure I will. I'm just currently looking to see if I can find an EU supplier, so I'm not subject to all the taxes and the VAT and the duty from buying from Japan or buying from the UK now after Brexit, unfortunately. But I'll sort that, don't worry about that. I'll get my hands on one. That evening, actually, after the SOTA, I also used a camper van portable by just literally strapping the ground stake onto the steel roof rack of the van, and it worked really, really well. You probably might have saw my short video on that on YouTube. I didn't do a full video of that, but I did publish a short. There's a short version on YouTube of that, but there's actually a full version on TikTok if you follow me there. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and look, there's going to be a lot more of this to come, hopefully. Whenever I can get out there, I absolutely will, and try to share my ham radio experiences with you. So for me, Dave, EI5IMB 73s.